Hello everyone, it's Friday's video time, and today I'm using a slightly different system because I wanted to be able to share some stuff with you on the screen as well as have you have a look at my face, because I know how much you like looking at my face. No, in seriously, somebody did say that they were struggling to watch the videos, and I said, well, why don't you just listen to them then? I mean, I'm only talking. You don't really need to look at me speaking in order to hear what I'm talking about. And so if you can't view the videos because you're driving or you're on a train, then just listen to the text. That's the most important thing. Now, today's message. As you know, I asked people to write to me with their biggest challenge, and as you know, quite a few people mentioned to me that they were struggling with the swimming. You're not alone. My somewhat less than controversial video from the other day suggested that perhaps you shouldn't worry too much about your swimming. Now, I'm not suggesting for one moment that you should stop trying to improve, but what I am suggesting is that big improvements can be found elsewhere. You should always be looking to make your swimming more efficient, and you should always be looking to make yourself a bit faster. It's just not the main priority, and you're not going to make big gains. Why am I telling you this? Well, there are some things that I know that athletes struggle with. These are some of the things that they struggle with. Most swimmers are not as bad as they think they are. If you can finish the distance of the race that you're doing, then your endurance is pretty good. Sometimes your speed might be off because you're taking the wrong direction. That's to do with stroke and also to do with navigation. These are the common swimming mistakes that I see people making though. Firstly, not knowing what your technical flaws are. If you just swim and you have absolutely no feedback at all, I can tell you some stories about people who convinced me that they were doing something completely the opposite of what they were actually doing. So, not knowing what your technical flaws are. And if you do know what they are, not knowing how to fix them. So you need to, in order to know why your swimming's not where you think it should be for the effort, you need to know what they are, and then you need to know how to fix them. And there are certain drills you can do to fix certain flaws, and certain drills that you probably do all the time that probably aren't fixing anything. So they may be a waste of time for you. You could discard them and try some new ones. Let me show you something. So I'm going to bring the video back now. So I swim when I'm fit. I swim with a coach regularly. Now Alan is my coach. In one session a few weeks ago, I was holding 4:05 4:10 for 300s, and they were hard 300s, so I wasn't holding anything back. And Alan, who walks up and down the poolside looking at us and keeping time and keeping us honest, said to me that at the back end of my stroke here, I was exiting too early, and that I could push back, not completely extend, but just push back a little bit more. Okay, so that was the difference in what he was telling me, was from here to here. Okay, now you're probably thinking, well, that's a tiny little flaw. And to be honest, excuse me, to be honest, I didn't really know that I was doing that, so I tried it on the next set. The only thing I changed was to push back further and focus on that while I was swimming. Remember, I was swimming as fast as I could, so I couldn't go any faster. But on that next rep, my time was 4:05. I dropped 5 seconds. 5 seconds over 300 meters. That's almost 2 seconds per 100 meters with one little change. I wouldn't have known I was doing that without having the coach there. So, here are the things. I didn't know what my technical flaw was, but I knew how to fix it. Normally, I have an expert eye watching me. I train with one group of masters during the week, and then at the weekend we have a different coach. So Alan had pointed out to me that my left arm only was just coming out a bit short. So I had an expert's eye. And he sees me swim regularly, so he knows what my stroke is like, and he picks up on tiny little things that can make quite a big difference. Once he thought that I was not reaching out far enough and that I wasn't engaging my lats. So he asked me to try that, and that made a big difference. Okay, next time it was rotating. Again, I didn't know that I wasn't doing these things until he told me. So I have an expert I swim with. I swim with a fast group. I'm at the back, I'm older than they are, but it drags me along to a faster pace. So I swim with a fast group, and that makes a difference because there's something I have to swim at their pace all the time. I have a pacing structure. I know what my critical swim speed is, I know what my best pace swim speed is, I know what my endurance pace is, and I swim to those paces all the time, and regularly we test and I get a new time, and to be honest, it doesn't change a great deal, but it keeps me honest. Now all of these things can be fixed, okay? But these are the things you need to know. You need to know what's wrong with your swimming if you think there's something wrong with it. A good eye or video. Then you need somebody to analyse that stroke or the video and tell you what drills you need to do on a regular basis to put them right. If you have access to a good coach locally, then my suggestion is you make the most of them and swim in a group. It may be that you have to alter your schedule a bit. It may require a little bit of effort to drive a bit further to adjust the times you train, but it'd be well worth it if you are frustrated with your swimming. Find a group to swim with. It's not only about the hard work, it's about the camaraderie. We're all in it together, everybody's swimming hard. And also having those people behind you or ahead of you so that you have to go at the right time. You can't loaf at the poolside taking a slightly longer rest. Okay, you need to know what pace to swim at, so you need a pacing structure. You do that regularly, then I guarantee that you will start to make progress forward. It won't be, you're not going to drop 2 minutes off your CSS overnight, but you will get faster. Okay, so those are the lessons for today. If you want to make a big change, then I have something for you that you could help you to make that change straight away. We have a swim camp coming up in Leeds. It's not run by me, it's run by two of our best swim coaches, Fiona Hoare and Louise Hanley. They've both been through some of the Swim Smooth process, so they use those training philosophies and techniques, but they're going to be running a session in about 10 days time at the pool in Leeds. They will be videoing you, they will be teaching you the pacing to be swimming at, they will review your video, they will identify your technical flaws, and they will do some open water skills, and they will do some dry land conditioning, all in 4 hours and all for £85. I can tell you it will be money well spent. I can also tell you that there's only a handful of places left. So if you're interested in improving your swimming, really committed about improving, then you may want to think about joining this swim camp. If you can't make it to Leeds, then just follow some of the tips I've given you today, and that will start to make a difference, but you have to be patient. So that's it for today. I will be back on Monday with another video. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.